All right. Well, everything's all messed up still because I wasn't paying attention, but there, it's fixed. All right.
I'm a little high there.
Right.
There it is.
Had a little bit of West nipples going on for a bit, right? But hey, everybody, welcome to Skeptalk Live, episode number 34. Jason will be joining us real soon. So it's just two bearded fat guys on the internet right now. Wes, how does it feel to be a fat internet beard guy?
Dude, this is my life. I wish this was every day. And, I mean, I'm always fat and bearded, but I'm not always on the internet. So any day I can do that is a good one, I guess.
So, pardon me. Let's take a look at the chat here. We've got Gamer News Party. We've got Kitten Circus. We got Monster Cat.
Fucking Monster.
We're gonna push out this intro a little bit as a couple more people get on. I don't know, man. Something about the weather today. Not a lot of people responding to much. Morning show was popping though, dude. I had a bunch of people hanging out.
It?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of my first day of my new job, so I was not exactly just hanging out on Twitch.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's not, definitely not the thing to do day number one, right?
Oh, Jason wants to know how to join the call.
Oh, shit. All right.
Maybe be on it in the first place. That's a great
I just hit ring real quick. That should fix that, and then we'll go to the 3-cam, and that should fix that, and then everything should be good to go. And here he comes. I think it's
orange.
Ringing, maybe.
I'm here.
Okay.
Hold on.
Well, I'm just making sure it's ringing on my side, right?
Yeah, no worries. I moved my chair and unplugged everything.
Oh, bummer. All right.
That's why you use a laptop and your cell phone.
All right. Looks like we've got a show set up. I mean, studio mode's working. Everything's fine. We just got to get, once Jason's camera comes online, we'll all be good. But yeah, let's, Jason, how are you doing today? Maybe he unplugged it all again. Died.
Perfect. Great start. Why is it always when I come on we have a fucked up start?
It's the
we gotta figure this out.
Well, it's the curse of the Westisode, dude. I mean, it's going to be a good, funny episode, but we have to like, crawl through gravel before we get to that waterbed,
I've been told by myself and my lying wife that every time I'm on the show, it's the funniest time anybody has. So
yeah.
Are you hearing us now, Jason?
I'm here. It's the curse of Wes.
Right.
The Westisode.
It attacked me.
Rising.
Excellent.
Oh, good. You're only super choppy. It's great.
What? No, don't tell me that. God damn it. I screwed all my cords up.
It might be that the camera's moving and trying to auto adjust over and over and over again. Right?
Yeah. Yep, that was definitely it.
All right.
God, what's up?
What's going on, man? How's your day been?
Oh, pretty good, man. I took a snow day. It was awesome, which, means I probably should have been a little bit more prepared for this, but I apologize.
Do me a big favor and lean to your right a little bit. Other way. Maybe I said that wrong because the camera. There you go. Right. Yeah, okay. There you go. Yeah. You're spot on. You can go back to right where you were when we transition scenes. Okay. All right. So this episode, just like I said last time, we're going to be covering cartoon conspiracies, but we have news to cover first. And I did a lot of interaction news today, so we're going to be having a lot of that going on. Let's get into the podcast mode here. All right.
Nice.
We've got. All right, I should have everything. You guys are seeing the screen, correct, in Discord?
Yeah,
kind of.
Sweet.
It's just kind of like a third of the phone.
All right.
The difference between using the mobile app versus using,
Oh,
PC
can you
that's
not
meant
double
for this.
tap on it to make it take over your whole screen?
Yeah, I can, but it just shows the unqualified jerks, the news,
Right.
that portion.
Yeah, that's all we're at right now.
All right, perfect. Nailed
So
it.
let's get to today's stories. All right. As always, this is a fair use podcast. We're going to cover a bunch of stuff that is Associated Press, that is news of the world, and every once in a while we may look as if we're getting close to, showing somebody else's video or something. But I assure you that it's called critiquing and review, and that it's okay under fair use. So let's move into Reasonable Steps, our first story. This is an interaction news segment, so you guys are going to be asked a question here real quick. Sukhwant Kaur of India's Punjab state suspected her husband of being unfaithful. Logically, she needed to take action. What was the logical steps she took after suspecting her husband's affair? Was it 1, challenge her to a death match? Challenge the other woman to a death match. 2, sleep with her husband's father. 3, flush his junk down the loo. 4, become a police officer and arrest him. 5, beat him to death with a cast iron skillet. Or 6, sell her children because they're no use to her now.
Wow, those are great options.
Logical steps to affair.
Sleeping with the poppy.
All right.
Aye.
She sleeps with her husband's dad. Kitten Circus is 5.
I want to say number 1 because that's what I hope it is, because the others are just too fucked up.
All right. He's hoping that she challenges the other person in the affair to a death match. Let's see if we get anybody else answering in.
1 and 5 together with the death match there.
Right. Gamer News Party says they want 1 too. So we've got a 1, we've got a 1, we've got a 5, and we've got, what did you say, Gnarls?
2.
Sleep with his father. That's right. The answer is actually 3.
What?
She cut off his dick and flushed it.
Yeah.
No, she didn't. He had a detachable penis.
So a wife
That's so fucked up.
A wife hacked off her husband's penis and testicles and then flushed them down the toilet after accusing him of
so
having
happy
an affair.
The fucking... Is this a GIF?
It is.
Damn.
This GIF is amazing.
I searched for hot dog toilet and I found this.
That's so good.
How do you make hot dog flavored water?
Exactly.
Yeah, it is.
Somebody in the
this is great.
Somebody in the morning show suggested that I Photoshop a hot dog in a toilet so that I don't get banned from Twitch again. And this happened to be
That's
on
fair.
Google search, sir. So
Nice.
Azad Singh,
Problem
40, from the
solved.
northern Indian Punjab state, is fighting for his life after having his genitals sliced off while he slept. So she
How the fuck do you sleep through that shit?
She first made sure that to hit him in the head with a iron rod while he was sleeping.
Okay, makes way more sense.
So he didn't sleep through it, he concussed through it.
Concussed
Yeah,
right
exactly.
through this impromptu
Yeah.
surgery, right?
Jesus.
That's
so fucked.
She then went all amateur surgery on him and then disposed of them by flushing them down the toilet.
I'm gonna ask the question everybody wants to ask.
Yeah.
What did she use?
Oh, I think it was a butcher knife. Hold on.
I just assumed box knife.
Yeah, it just says a knife, right? So.
Okay.
God, gee, mini Christmas.
Technically, he's still alive, but he was rushed to the hospital bleeding profusely, and his condition is classified as serious, right?
Yeah.
No.
Right.
Yeah, dude, I hope the guy dies and she gets fucking life or death.
Right. We're not saying that we want him to die. We want him to be released from the terror that he now lives in.
Exactly. Good clarification there.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not saying I want him to die. Yeah.
Uh,
Poor bastard.
I'm gonna go with Gamer News Party here. That I can't get over how strong that toilet is.
Yeah, it's
Right?
actually really well.
It's like the best
Just
toilet.
Well made.
flushes and gaggle of hot dogs.
I like how they chose
You know?
hot dogs to
Jeez.
be the thing to test it with. But I mean, I totally understand
I'm
why
sure
they
this
did.
is just
They're
part of like a commercial,
Right.
but
Yeah.
why they would do a pitcher? They selected a pitcher
Yeah.
as the transportation method.
I
to
mean,
the
how
toilet.
else are you gonna carry that many hot dogs?
They're doing the best thing that they
Your
can.
hands, you lazy fuck.
Yeah.
They're
I'm not
trying.
getting hot dog slime on my hands. Not when
Just
I'm.
open the package
testing
and go to
out-
the toilet. Like, why a pitcher? Like, that just seems
Ladies and gentlemen,
odd.
this toilet is perfect for flushing poop or penises
Right.
or hot dogs.
A gaggle of wieners. But you
Yeah.
could.
a gaggle of wieners.
You could. And then
Brand name Bobbit.
I think that whoever was
Bobbit
behind
toilet.
this is a marketing genius because he's trying to classy up poop as much as possible, right? So he
Yeah, right.
So he's all like, let's get
It's almost
a fancy
edible.
pitcher. All right,
I
we've
know,
watched-
right? That is a fancy. There's no rivets on the sides and shit. Right. I
Right.
get that. Wow.
That's like a hand blown pitcher. All right,
Artisan.
so
just missing a religious relic on the side. Like,
Right, right.
Gamer News Party says the pitcher is the superior delivery method for the scientific method of hot dog delivery. So,
Fact.
China's Ministry of Culture is cracking down on a common practice in the Henan, Anhui, Jiangsu, and Hebei provinces. What are they cracking down on? Is it 1, funeral strippers, 2, circumcision magicians, 3, burying pets alive with their owners, 4, naked barbershops, 5, children being battled like Pokemon, or 6, corpse puppet shows?
Jesus. None of those are good options.
Come,
I'm
3
going with funeral strippers.
All right, Jason's got number 1,
Yeah, sorry.
and then Gnarl says
pets
3,
alive.
burying pets alive with their
Yeah.
owners. All right, Kitten Circus
They're
says
straight
please
up
be
farrowing
5.
them.
The cat.
Yeah. Get in your tomb.
Twisty says 3.
The-
Gamer News Party says 5 is all we need. Twisty, welcome to the stream. But the answer
Welcome, Twisty.
would be
What up, Twisty?
Jason is correct. Putting
Oh my
the
God!
fun in funerals.
You right? Oh.
This title is thanks to
Grandpa,
right?
just fucking Grandpa was a real pervert. So, here we go.
This title is thanks to Curry Sauce X and the husband. That I originally was going to call this something much less funny, but putting the fun in funerals is the way better name for this.
Yeah.
But so
Well played.
China is cracking down on funeral strippers hired to entertain mourners and attract larger crowds. Witnesses are being urged to call a special hotline if they see any performances of a stripper nature at any funerals. The Chinese. This is a technique used by some rural families to increase the turnout of a loved one's final farewell. The country's Ministry of Culture said late last month it would be targeting striptease and other obscene, pornographic, vulgar performances at funerals and gatherings across the various provinces. The crowd is pushed to climax, roaring, laughter, whistling, applauding, and cursing, the state media said, as the performers saunter into the room and to jiggle their breasts and rub men's crotches. A reminder of no photographs allowed can be occasionally heard. Hiring entertainment for funerals is a long-standing practice in China. In rural China, right? As ensuring a high number of mourners to attend the ceremony as a way of showing respect to the dead.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
China's crazy, dude.
So this is a cultural issue. Resin Shiro, welcome to the
I never
the
thought
stream.
I'd say this, but China's funerals are lit as fuck.
Right?
Yeah.
I agree with
That is
Resin.
crazy.
I said the exact same thing. When I die, I want there to be strippers at my funeral. Straight up.
Right? Fuck.
I'm sure there will be at mine, but they won't be performing. They're just in my family.
Yeah. Apparently, strippers are also hired sometimes for weddings and temple affairs as well.
Like weddings, really?
Yeah. You gotta entertain everybody,
Damn.
right?
It's like all of China's just getting married in Vegas.
Right.
Like,
China, the new Vegas.
Oh, Kitten Circus
I mean,
just
I'm
brought
not
up...
gonna hate. I can't.
Kitten Circus just brought up the fact that these are, in fact, rural strippers.
They're rural strippers.
Right. So they're strippers from these weird rural provinces
That's
deep in
weird as
China.
shit. They probably know them all.
Yeah.
Right.
Goddamn China.
Dirty asks
They're
if the
fucking crazy.
strippers travel from the cities or are they locals. I would assume that the smarter places would advertise for the big city strippers to come in, right?
Yeah.
Get a bigger line.
That's our hope. But chances
Right.
are it's just somebody's sister, aunt.
Number 30 prostitute in all of rural China.
This is also not the first time
Borat.
that China has tried to stamp out the practice. In 2015, 2 villages in the provinces of Hebei and Jiangsu were made headlines with viral photos of strippers at funerals inviting grieving men to come on stage and undress them.
That's just too weird, dude.
Right?
That would fuck me up.
Well, here's the deal. You don't know these
Like,
people.
look, my
You
friend
literally
just died.
You don't even have to know them, dude.
Yeah.
They're trying to attract more people. So you're just all like,
I guess
dude,
that's fair.
a guy in the next village over died. There's going to be strippers. Let's go. Right?
There's gonna be strippers. That's so weird.
Yeah.
Funeral crashing.
All right.
You're expected to funeral crash. I mean, I've heard of celebration of life. I guess this just, takes it further.
Yeah.
Just a bigger celebration.
Yeah. I wonder what kind of songs are funeral dance appropriate.
Yeah.
Thriller.
Yeah, no, they're all just like super like somber songs. Like no,
Yeah,
I can get
exactly.
into it. There's a stripper, but man, it was really sad.
It's just a bunch of Creed.
Well, why is POD playing right now?
Yeah, exactly. Bonnie's hit the floor. This is
Fucking Nickelback. Jesus.
Nickelback.
And they
Do
say
one time,
that a
Nickelback's
hero
appropriate.
can save us.
That's amazing.
Oh man.
Gamer News Party says, man, imagine if you had a cry fetish. That would totally work out really well for you.
Jesus.
I
I didn't think about that.
All right, so this next story is insensitive, and I don't care. I have to take this stance,
Nailed it.
or I'll back out. So here we go. A YouTuber who taught an alternative theory to a common practice on her YouTube channel has learned a valuable lesson. What was the lesson? Australia does exist. 2, raw foods don't cure cancer. 3, vaccines do stop terrible sicknesses. 4, thoughts and prayers don't stop bullets. 5, jet fuel does melt steel beams. 6, music, in fact, does not soothe beasts.
Damn it. There's too many good ones.
Right?
Due
don't
to
wanna
recent events, I gotta go with 4.
I know, that's kind of what I was thinking too.
Right?
I like that one too.
It's not that
It's really
insensitive.
cold, though, so-
It's not
Yeah, it's
that
really-
insensitive.
now I'm
Yeah,
like, oh yeah, it's slightly insensitive, not by the way.
I
Wes is
want
a
to say
fucking
vaccines
monster.
do stop terrible sicknesses.
Right. Okay. So
That's what we hope.
Because I hope that's what happened.
right, we got a 3, we got a 4, we got a 6, and we got Twisty says 4 or 3. Journey says, God, I hope it's 6. The answer is 2. Turns out raw foods don't cure cancer.
Oh.
A woman who turned
That's not
vegan.
insensitive. That's just fucking real.
Right, but so a woman who turned vegan and raw foods turned to vegan and raw foods after a cancer diagnosis has died, despite claiming that her diet cured her illness.
No way.
Right.
So she's dumb and a liar.
Yeah.
Why is it that vegans, like, they're not all dumb,
Right.
but some of the dumbest people I know are like, they're vegan, right? And they're hardcore vegan, and they believe shit like this. And I'm like, do you think that, like, ancient man had no fucking cancer?
Right.
Is that where this is stemming from? Like, I don't understand it.
Well, part of the reason humans were able to evolve to the point they were and have their brain the size we are because we're omnivores that eat both meat and vegetables and are able to get a lot more nutrients on both sides, right? So, I mean, there's a possibility there, but I am no scientist. Mary Lopez, a YouTuber from Texas who vlogged alongside of her niece Liz Lopez under the account name Liz and Mari, passed away from stage 4 cancer. She uploaded a YouTube video announcing Mary's death on Sunday, attributing it to her decision to undergo radiotherapy and stop following a raw food diet.
Journeyman, yeah.
Wow.
That's my bad. She was dumb and was alive.
Right.
Yeah, you insensitive asshole.
That's insensitive.
Today at work, I was asked if we had vegan-free trade glitter. Believe me, they aren't that smart, right? Oh yeah, so even in death, it's being brought up that it was the fact that she got so damn sick that she went in for radiotherapy that's what killed her.
I will say that does definitely like kill a lot of people.
Right, but it's probably statistically way more likely to cause harm if you waited years untreated, right?
Waited till stage 4 to get treated.
And just ate fucking bananas and nuts, dude. Like,
right, all while claiming that your cancer is cured.
Just using coconut oil like a fucking sun lotion.
So she had thousands and thousands of viewers, right, that used to watch her talk about that she had been cured her cancer using the supposedly clean diet. A couple of people have died while following her diet, so hopefully now that she's died,
that's the kicker. Like, that's where I want to be super insensitive and just like go on her channel one last time and be like, this is proof she's fucking dumb, was dumb as shit.
Right.
Like, don't do this to yourselves. Get treated. Eat whatever your doctors tell you to eat. Don't just fucking shove bananas in your ass and hope for the best. Do something for yourself.
Vegan-free trade glitter.
It's collectible.
All right, here's a fun story. Hide and Seek champion 2018. So,
nice.
A woman.
That's a real picture.
It is. It is 100%. A woman tried hiding from police by placing a washing basket over her head. This is the photo snapped by the police and put on Twitter.
God damn it.
They're just laughing their asses off like, oh, where could she be?
Exactly. Could you imagine being in there, just the cops trying to hold themselves like, I don't know where she is. Snap, 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 snap.
Boom, drop kick for evading police, and they just brutally beat the shit out of her.
A woman was caught by
police. She only saw it coming through one little hole.
Right. A woman was caught by police after she tried to hide from them by placing a washing basket on her head. The Derbyshire police turned up at the woman's home after she failed to attend a court and told officers that she will hand herself in on Monday, the Metro reports. However, in order to try and fool the officers, the woman placed the white basket over her head. But her torso and legs were still poking out from underneath.
That's so fucking amazing.
Exactly.
And legs. And still part of her elbows. Like, she didn't even get her arms all the way up in there.
Right.
She did zero to try to fucking make this work.
But if I can't see them, then they can't see me.
There's holes. She could see them. She's just staring at them while they're taking a picture. Do they actually see me? Yeah. One of two things, and here's some more insensitivity. She was either high, like Kitten Circus said, which I don't see her standing on the pot. So, or she was mentally deficient, like just not quite there.
Or she thought it was fucking hilarious.
You know
what I mean?
Gamer
like,
News
that might be one way I go.
Gamer News Party says played way too much Metal Gear.
Right. Dylan.
You need a cardboard box for that, you dumb bitch. Idiot.
Right. Police took a picture of the disguise and posted it onto Twitter, captioning the snap, "Female located and arrested for failing to appear in court. It's all well and good saying, I'll hand myself in on Monday. You should have at least turned up when we told you, or when you told you were told to. She even tried to hide when we saw her, but she was far from good at hide and seek. Hashtag off to court." All right. Another interaction news story here. The New York City Toy Fair this year was a big one. Toy companies from around the world showed up in force to display this year's newest and hottest toys. One company, Mattel, known for their popular Barbie line, had a new set of toys this year, and the theme is a bit odd. What was the theme this year? Was it 1, death, 2, Illuminati, 3, poop, 4, Florida, 5, sex robots, or 6, Tide Pods? Greenstream, Greenstream 27. Welcome to the stream. Chatta says 6. Chatta, welcome.
What up, Chatta?
I'm going with poop.
All right.
Because I don't know. You know how you see those really just terrible kids fucking games on TV now? It's like, oh, the washing puppy who gets wet. It's like terrible. Now they have one that's you literally lay out like Play-Doh dog shit and blindfold yourself and walk across and don't step in it. Like that's the game. Don't step in the shit. It's like, this is just the dumbest thing I've ever seen someone try to sell. And kids, I guarantee, are just like, oh, I want this, Mom. I don't want to step in shit.
That's amazing.
So, I'm going
I'd say 4, but I don't want to see what like meth addict Barbie, right? Cat in the trailer and shit. Like,
no,
I'm gonna go
Tammy, brother.
Yeah, right. My bad. Barbie's cousin.
Right.
I'm gonna go with death, even though I want to see number 2.
All right, so we have 1 for 1, 2 for 6, 2 for 3, and 2 for 4. The answer is poop. It's poop.
Boom! I got one. Finally.
Toy makers turned to the toilet for poop-inspired toys. Flushing Frenzy from Mattel on display at the Toy Fair in New York on Tuesday. So this game is you try and like plunge the toilet and try to make it so that the poop doesn't come flying out of the top of it. Do you guys see the poop in the middle of the screen there?
Yeah. Why does the poop have
This
teeth?
is terrible.
Its teeth should be corn.
Ah, fuck, man.
It's just peanuts. What's up?
This is super fucked up.
Yeah.
It is literally gonna teach kids that if you flush it the wrong way, poop's gonna shoot out the back of your toilet.
They're gonna be fucked up forever.
That's not what you need to be teaching them. Is this
like,
made by the government of India? Like, what is fucking happening here?
The kids are like, we have to make this real. They just start upper decking all their friends.
Right.
They're like, you better flush it the correct way.
India is where we watched that video last week, right?
Yeah. Was it last week? Yeah, last week. Yeah.
Last Thursday.
Yeah.
Yep. So, the rival Hasbro, whose water squirting game, Toilet Trouble, was a hit last year, stuck to the party humor this year, and released Don't Step in It, which is the one that
You called it, dude.
a game where players were blindfolded and have to avoid stepping in poop that's molded out of a clay-like substance.
God damn it. God damn it.
One of the
Don't bring like garden shit out into our homes, people. Come on.
Right.
Too far.
One of the toy makers was quoted with, "Yeah, poop is the theme." Julie Lynette, the toy analyst at a market research company, the NPD Group. Kids think it's funny. Sticky the Poo, a squishy likeness with eyes clinging to walls and ceilings when thrown. is another toy that came out. The company behind it, Hog Wild, also sells a rainbow version called Sticky Unicorn Poo. It's Sticky the Plunger is sold separately. For collectors.
Do you want poop fights in your house?
Right.
Because this is how you get poop fights in your house.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the kids take it up a notch every time.
Yeah,
right, exactly.
They start with Sticky the Poo Man, and then they fucking move on to just throwing real shit at one another.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
To throw in Mr. Hanky.
You buy both your kids a Sticky the Poo. They get into fights. They're having fun. One guy loses his. The other one hits him with his Sticky the Poo and goes, "Oh, you know what, you son of a bitch? Here's this real."
Guess what? Jesus. Now, it's it's gonna be outside when it happens. So someone's getting hit with fresh dog shit, and then it's gonna escalate.
Yep.
Someone's taking a dog log right to the forehead, and then someone's going in their own pants.
Families have broken up over Monopoly. This is gonna fucking ruin people's lives.
There's a poo for collectors too. Flush Force by toy maker Spin Master sells 150 nickel-sized mutant critters that kids can collect. A company or a toy called Poopies, meanwhile, makes tiny squishy collectibles and characters such as Poogie, Skidmark, and Dumpling. Poopies are aimed at boys aged 7 years old and up, and Ashley Maddie, who created Poopies and works for a toy company, Basic Fun. She thinks the appeal will spread. "We really believe poop is for everyone," she says. Now, this is all real quotes from the New York Toy Fair.
Is that because everybody poops?
Maybe. Here's an image of that toy.
Don't step in it.
Don't step in it, toy, Jason.
Well, and the worst part about it is the commercial. The commercial they show is like a kid barefoot, like toes in it. It's like, oh, come on. Like, what the hell?
We just ruined the word dumplings for Chatta.
Nice.
Oh, good.
What the fuck?
Oh, speaking of poop real quick.
Because you don't step in the poop. All right.
It's a rule. It doesn't make any sense.
You blindfold yourself.
That
We're gonna
guy
put
that
shit on it.
pooped for 21 straight days. Did he poop?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Do we have a follow-up on Poop Watch?
We checked it on Tuesday, and he was at 32 days.
Attaboy. Attaboy.
That's a good point. I'm gonna see if I can look it up.
That's impressive. While you do that, I'm gonna let my dog go.
Poop Watch on Twitter. Let's see if there's a thing here. He still hasn't pooped as of today. 34 days.
Wow. He's gonna die.
Right. He's gonna
talk of poop. West had to go poop.
He's gonna get all like septic and die. Anyway, Jason. So this game, you put a blindfold on, and then you have to walk across the minefield of turds and not step in one of them.
God damn it.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
After about 13 games of beer pong, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Try to cross your neighbor who doesn't pick up their dog shit's lawn.
Exactly. If you notice, the demonstration here has shoes on, but in the product image,
this one,
they're barefoot.
Yeah, like I said, in the commercial, the kid's like 2 toes just grab it. It's like, no.
I don't want poopy.
This is gonna get abused, dude. This is turning into next level shit where like people are gonna get pranked with real dog shit.
Yeah, for sure.
You know that's
Dude,
happening.
This is gonna bring back dump sacking people, where you just scoop up some dog shit, light it on fire and knock and run away.
Right.
Dump sacking is gonna make an amazing return, and it's gonna be led by me and my brother. And it'll be cool.
Do you guys remember the whole thing where they were doing the knockout challenge, where they would just punch a random person and try to see if they can knock them out in one hit? It was like
that was
yes.
like one of the dumbest things I've ever heard of.
Now you gotta do that with fucking Mr. Sticky Poo, dude.
You just gotta fucking
just run up and poo somebody, then run out.
Right in the face.
Yeah.
Just like a pie. Where they pie them.
Right.
It's just like a pie full of dog shit, and you're just like, boom.
The Skeptalk Live
that's
podcast is
great.
not.
I love it.
The Skeptalk Live podcast
not
is not
condone
right.
Sucker dumping people.
Right.
Right.
Do so at your own responsibility.
Shit pieing people. What would we call this? Let's come up with a name, because this is a trend we're gonna start.
Dude, it's poop
Because
pie.
we talked about it.
No, we don't condone it. We just said
we don't condone it. We don't condone it, but
do
we're
it
so
anyway.
popular. Like,
Right.
we have 13 viewers right now. One of them
is gonna go poop pie somebody.
It's gonna do this.
Shit pie.
So, shit. Is it a shit pie? Are we calling it a shit pie?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty good. Chat, what do you guys think? You guys have a good idea?
It's
But,
called
like-
Operation Poopy the Clown.
I like that.
Crap slap. There it is, dude.
Ooh,
That's
that
the
rhymes,
you gotta
dude.
give people the crap slap.
Oh shit! The crop slap challenge. Did you like eating Tide Pods?
You just gotta head out to YouTube and have one of your buddies crap slap you. And then you get to call out 3 other YouTubers, and they'll get crap slapped.
From the makers of Poop Dollar.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So Valentine's don't judge. This story goes out to people who take Valentine's Day too seriously, and if you don't think that if your significant other gets you a good enough present that they don't love you, one husband's cheap Valentine's Day gift, a $10 scratch-it ticket, turned into $100,000. So,
Jeez.
an Iowa husband's cheap gift certainly paid off. Don Holmes decided to buy his beloved wife a Casino Riches ticket for $10 on February 14th. The wife was quoted as saying, "My husband gave me a scratch off," and I'm like, "Oh, that's really expensive." And Cynthia Holmes then ate the fuck out of her words after she scratched it and won $100,000.
Good because of what she thought,
Yeah.
but also that husband's a fucking asshole.
Yeah. He's still a dick. Like,
Here you go. Yeah, here's possibly nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, here's a $10 piece of cardboard that might get you another $10 piece of cardboard. Oh no, he literally wins the fucking lottery. Fuck that guy.
It did pay off
Like,
for him.
for all the guys that go out and do cool shit for their, wives, girlfriends, and anybody that do, that does shit for their shit. Fuck that guy. He just literally won the lottery by being a piece of shit. Like,
yeah. I knew that's what this story was gonna be like. I tried to spin it. I tried to spin it in a different direction, but I'm all like, that dude still bought her a fucking scratch it card.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. No saving that asshole.
Fuck him. On a scale of 1 to fuck that guy.
All right.
All of it.
Right. What if it was nothing? Like, it's just like, that's so fucked up. Like, why even get them anything at that point, right? Like, buy a ribbon, tie it around your penis or some shit, and be like, it's fucking stupid. Like, I don't know.
Better be $10 piece of ribbon.
Right? Yeah.
All right. So, a Wichita bank is suing a local woman after she said she made more than 50 withdrawals last month from an ATM because the ATM was spitting out $100 bills in place of 5s.
Wow. That's glorious.
I mean, what I read was when I read the title of $100 bills were being spit out instead of 5s. I was like, I'd be at that fucking ATM all day, right?
Woo!
Central National Bank is seeking a return of $11,677.36 plus interest from Christina C. Ochia of Wichita, according to a lawsuit filed on January 26th at the Sedgwick County District Office. Ocha's mother is also being named in the suit because she drove her daughter to the ATM, where over a 5-day period from January 13th to 17th, they were drawn. They pulled out of the account almost 50 times. The bank says that the total amount of money the ATM should have dispensed to Christina was $1,485. Data says if it's cash, how do you prove it? I mean,
ATM receipt.
yeah, exactly. Records, cameras, that type of stuff. But yeah, I mean,
Like every ATM has a camera. Yeah, exactly.
right,
So she was supposed. So if she were charged properly,
right.
it would have charged her the $1,185.
That was in
But
her real
instead-
account, right?
Yeah, but instead she got like
Ele-
how much money?
$11,000.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's on, like, I know, obviously, we fucked up now and you're in trouble. That's on them. Maybe going back 50 times. You know, cut your losses, lady. Get out of there with a few $100, because you know somebody did that. They're like, oh, I just want like $25, and they got fucking, they got $500, and they're like,
I better get the fuck out of
all
here.
right, I'm out of here. I'm not fucking around. They thought they just won the fucking ATM lottery. They're like, all right.
Right.
And this bitch is just like, pressure luck. Fucking, come on, no whammies.
Chicka, 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 chicka. Chicka, 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 chicka. Constantly.
Just pulling out $5 at a time until she hits her cash limit every day.
Well, I don't understand too. Is like
Chad just has a
you
point.
know
This is
they're
what
not
insurance is for.
stupid.
Right.
Yeah, but you know they're not. You know they're not stupid. It's like
Right.
they're gonna like. When has a bank ever not fucking gotten its money back?
Right.
Yeah.
Like unless it's been robbed, and even when it gets robbed, like Chad pointed out, at least gets insurance money. But it's like, dude, they're gonna catch you.
Right.
Especially if you walk up to somebody and there's a camera literally a foot away from your fucking face.
Right.
So
That's just
And I mean, like, if you did it once and 100 came out off of the 5, there was a couple 20s and a 5, right? That came out. 100 comes out. You walk away going, oh man, I got $100 bill out of that. That's sweet. The bank is probably not going to fuss over a legal battle with it because they're going to go, oh, well, I mean, how are we going to prove that this person did this on purpose? How are we going to prove that they didn't just walk away not knowing it? Whatever, you know. But when you come back 50 times, that's your fault.
yeah, well, and that's the thing. You make it smart. Do it once a day.
Mhm.
Don't get greedy. Greed. That, you know, if you figured it out, you're getting at least $500 out of this deal, you know, additional. But instead, now you're going to be in a legal battle. You know, if you win, maybe against, you know, a high-powered bank with, I'm sure, an army of lawyers.
Right.
Maybe you can use that $11,000 to hire yourself a lawyer.
I was going to okay, so I gotta congratulate Jason for not taking my bait. Right, this story was definitely bait. I phrased this as though the bank was like it being an asshole on purpose because I was all like, Jason's gonna be so pissed when I write it like this, but you didn't. So all right,
Not the masturbator you thought you were.
exactly.
nah. He baits me all the time. He knows what to do.
Do you guys? Can you guys tell which one of these two is Matthew McConaughey? I know it's really hard.
Guy on the left, the one that looks like a fucking leper.
Right.
Or a
I'm
lemon,
pretty sure
or
they're
a lemur,
both
a lemur?
McConaughey, right? It's just
Yeah, the
two
one on-
McConaughey pictures.
Right.
The one
exactly.
on the left is McConaughey's son that he birthed with a lemur. Look at those eyes.
Is that Bush baby fucking McConaughey?
Right. A man was arrested on several charges, falsely identifying himself as Matthew McConaughey. He refused to provide his identification information and continued to identify himself as Matthew McConaughey, according to the police report. So police responded to a call about a suspicious person who was ringing a doorbell and walking around a residence in George's Township, Fayette, on Saturday. When they arrived, police discovered a man, later identified as 46-year-old Troy Miller, inside of the resident's vehicle, and they took him into custody. He refused to provide his information and continued to identify himself as Matthew McConaughey, according to the police report. He was charged with attempted theft and attempted theft of a motor vehicle, false identification to law enforcement, and loitering and prowling.
I hope his real name is Matthew McConaughey.
It's Troy Miller.
It's Troy what?
Troy Miller.
Miller.
Not the worst fucking name, dude.
Yeah.
It's so white.
Yeah.
That's like the whitest name I think I've heard. Where was this? This is in the UK?
No, this is in Fayette, North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, the New England.
Right, was
Yeah,
it
right.
Fayette?
New England.
Was it North Carolina?
The New UK. Jeez, that's
Fayette
hilarious.
County, George's Township. It might have been the UK.
I'm gonna start walking around saying I'm Jack Black and see how many people I fool.
Gamer News Party says he looks more like Macaulay Culkin, and he probably could have got away with that, right? I'm TV's own Macaulay Culkin.
Right.
I'm all grown up and twacked out on crystal meth.
All right, this story stinks. It's about skunks. A Ferndale man who used a smoke bomb to rid his crawl space of skunks succeeded, but he also burned down his house.
Oh, yeah.
God damn. That's awesome.
Yeah, because turns out in that crawl space there's something called insulation.
Right.
You fucking ass clown. God damn it.
We suggest citizens hire pest control professionals. However, if one is an absolute diehard do-it-yourself, please read and understand the directions and warning labels before applying an incendiary to your home or garage. Ferndale Fire Chief Kevin P. Sullivan said today.
Oh shit!
Thanks, Kev. Thanks for the advice, buddy. Where was that last week before I burnt down my fucking house?
Little late. Chief. That's amazing.
Police were called to the home of a West Webster renter who lived at the location where he used a smoke bomb in his crawl space to get rid of skunks that lived in there. When they arrived, flames were already in the crawl space on the first floor. The man told authorities he waited about 15 minutes after the fire started to start calling 911.
He threw like a red one in there. He's like, is that flames or is it just the red smoke?
Right.
Better throw a blue one in there just to make sure.
If it stays red, it's fire. If it turns purple, we're okay.
Maybe the blue is like water now. It'll put it out.
Oh,
did he like not try to do anything and he just like 15 minutes is a long time to allow a place to be on fire.
Exactly. Fire can double in size every 30 seconds at a slow rate. Doing basic math, he let the fire grow approximately 30 times the original size, the police chief said.
Before he called.
Right, before he called. Gamer News Party says should have got a flameless one. What a pleb. Yeah. Anyway, no skunk corpses were found in the rubble.
Good. Glad they got out of there. They're nature's little rascals.
So either he succeeded in getting the skunks out, or there was no skunks and he burned his house down.
Yeah,
and
right.
he just has like really good renter's insurance.
Yeah.
No, you don't get money back from this one.
Right.
Yeah.
There's no renter's insurance, and I'll be like, oh wait, you did what now?
Yeah.
No money. No fucking money.
But the homeowner, see, he's working in conjunction with the homeowner. He's gonna get a settlement from the homeowner.
Journey says,
okay, I see what you're saying.
Journey says can't have skunks without a house. So that's honestly true.
Fair point.
Yeah. All right, Chick-fil-A is a serious business. A Cobb County woman was indicted Thursday for allegedly claiming to be a federal law enforcement agent in order to get a discount for her Chick-fil-A meal.
Worth.
So the real reason we're covering this is not because of what she did. but of how fucking far she went, right? Okay. She
I need to
faces
hear this.
she faces 2 counts of felony impersonation of an officer, according to court documents. The incident happened July 5th at Macklin Cross Circle location. So this is a little bit of an older story, but she was just indicted. She tried to convince a worker at the eatery's drive-thru that she was a federal agent. It didn't work, so she went inside. So she walked up to the counter of the chicken joint, argued with 2 managers, and uttered expletives within earshots of some children. Cops then said she flashed a silver badge in a black wallet to managers to try to prove she was a federal agent. She stated she was undercover and that them asking for her to be in uniform would blow her cover and possibly get her killed. So there is you get a discount as a law enforcement officer, right? At certain Chick-fil-A's, right? But so
being undercover, screaming at managers and waving your badge around is better than just paying the extra $1.80 for the large drink.
Right.
Fuck you. Glad you're going to jail for federal charges, you dumb bastard.
Right.
Can I say something?
Yep.
This is a public service announcement. This just goes to show that if you have an I want to see your manager fucking haircut, you could even show a badge and you're still a cunt.
Yep.
Stop that shit.
Hashtag and can I see your manager haircuts?
Yeah. They need to die.
She's not done. She then returned to her home and called the restaurant's chain's corporate office to complain and gave them the name Agent Solem.
Wow.
Agent
During
Solem.
Yeah, during this these calls to the corporate offices, she eventually changed her story, saying that she was an agent with the Georgia Bureau of Investigators. Although the GBI said they had no record of such an agent, her court date is not listed in the county magistrate's court system. So, she not only did she, get up into people's faces, go through the drive-thru, lie, come inside, lie, talk to managers, lie some more, but then she went to their corporate office and continued to lie.
What the fuck?
So
Yeah.
wait, I wonder why her court date's not public record. Maybe turns out she's actually a federal agent.
Wow. I never even noticed that.
The FBI is just like, this dumb oh my god. God damn it, Cheryl.
Exactly.
Like she's actually undercover. Like,
Right.
Cheryl,
Damn
you
it,
made
Agent
it into
Solem.
the news. You're the worst secret agent.
Right. Why did you keep that haircut? God.
Yeah, god damn it.
Data says the FBI rolling up L on the reg now. Yeah. Taking them L's. All right. Our next story is stupid. So, the Grant County Sheriff Office says a woman is in the hospital after a vehicle fire Saturday morning in Moses Lake. Deputies say that the fire was caused by her companion pumping gasoline into an open garbage can inside their car.
Meth.
God damn it.
The female passenger, who was smoking a cigarette at the time, caused the fumes to ignite, engulfing the car. The woman got out of the car,
the fuck?
but sustained heavy burns.
Jesus Christ.
Weird.
Fucking
Weird.
idiots. And I take it they drove into a lake after that?
Right.
Like, what the fuck? How's it in the lake?
A bystander.
I mean, I would too.
The bystander drove her to a Samaritan Healthcare in Moses Lake for treatment.
Got
Yeah.
it.
But, so, this guy he's like, I gotta take some gasoline home. I don't have a gas can. Better just put it in an open container in the car.
Yeah.
The
By the way,
most
we don't
open
like-
container we could find.
Right?
Yeah. Dude, that must have stuck to holy fucking hell.
Yeah.
How could you even like? It would have smelled so bad and so strong. Why would you be like, I need a cigarette?
Right.
Like,
I
I'd have
was
been like,
thinking the smell of human garbage on fire was going to be the smell you're talking
Anonymous
about.
donated $2.69. You all got me laughing way too hard. Thank you very much, Anonymous.
yeah, thanks, man.
Yep.
Welcome to the Illuminati.
Like my donations, like I like my sex. Anonymous.
God damn it.
Jesus.
All right. Moving on to more stupid. Are both of you aware of who this guy is? Rodrigo Duterte, right?
Yeah. Fucking Philippines guy.
Yep, the president of the Philippines, right?
Yeah, whatever you want to call him.
Right.
The dictator or whatever, like.
Has just recently made his position on condoms public. He's against them. The prophylactics, he said this week, in an address to women, make sex less pleasurable, resorting to a pantomime to make his point. He then bit into a fully wrapped candy bar and said, "Here, try eating it without unwrapping it. Eat it." That's what a condom is like.
I mean, well said. This guy doesn't mince words at all.
Not one little bit. I mean, I do not agree with him, right? I do not agree with him. But holy shit.
He's like...
But he's hilarious.
Right. The Human Rights Watch.
I mean, sometimes it takes it too far.
Well, okay. Question. What was the candy bar?
Snickers, bro. Duh.
Snickers is what my mind jumped to, but if he did like a Butterfinger, that's just gonna be terrible for him.
It's just gonna be hard, right? It's like,
you know, it's
the Philippines. What do they eat?
Yeah, I don't know.
Mars candy bars, the fucking worst.
Fucking whatchamacallits.
Dude, whatchamacallits.
I don't know, dude.
Awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Those are pretty decent.
Human Rights
Watch.
Watch.
Mars are the worst, right? Because all they are like two things: it's chocolate and fucking poop.
Gamer News Party says they also have a very high HIV rate right now, don't they? Yes, they very well do.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh shit. That's.
The Human Rights Watch has come forward saying that this potentially impedes progress in the global battle against HIV and AIDS. Supporters, apparently there's an opposition party. According to the nonprofit human rights organization, excuse Duterte comment as a humorous aside. So
that's fair.
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty humorous. I mean,
it is fun.
But
there's a little truth to it.
Because did you say it was at like a women's association meeting?
It was an address, a public address to women.
Oh, dude, like
from the president.
That's ballsy, dude.
Right.
That's hardcore, just ballsy.
And I gotta say, like, does that like never happens?
This is basically, he basically just came out and used the mistake, or not the mistake, but the excuse that every frat Chad gives that girl that he brings home.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel right, BB.
He's like, babe, bite into this Milky Way and tell me it tastes the same. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
all right.
Fuck, dude.
It's fucked.
Round 3 on the stupid spree. A Post Falls man is facing charges for allegedly stealing 40-foot sections of irrigation pipe.
He's back.
Exactly. Then driving down the road with the pipe sticking out of his car sideways.
Fucking asshole.
Yeah, look at these.
God damn it. You could have got away with it. Wow, that's real. What an idiot.
Striking cars as his car went down the road and he hit several oncoming cars.
Kind of awesome.
Yeah. The Sheriff's County
Right,
arrested 47-year-old Brett K. Anderson Thursday afternoon near the intersection of North Meyer and Hayden Avenue. Investigators say that he allegedly stole the irrigation pipe from a nearby farm field and then was attempting to transport them to a recycling facility. Gamer News says, dude,
highway jousting.
Yeah. Highway
exactly.
jousting, right? Yeah.
It's like some Mad Max shit, dude. Here's the best part. You know, whoever was on the other side of the fucking street saw it and just continued to keep driving. Like, all right, let's see what's gonna happen.
Right.
No, see, I see something like that. That obviously this guy is, this guy is probably insured, or I hope he is, because I'm getting paid. Thank you.
Right?
I don't think so. He's
fucking-
stealing pipes to go sell them.
Yeah, to a
Yeah,
recycling company, right?
That's not a bad looking car, so you don't just have one of those.
Think that.
It's
I
a
think
He's
that
a
looks
very
like a
successful
shitty car.
pipe stealer.
it's a silver Chevy Impala.
Okay.
Impala, baby.
What year?
Doesn't say.
Yeah, Impalas are decent.
Probably
Okay.
probably 98.
I like Impalas. Yeah, right.
Resin says shopping cart jousting now looks intelligent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's
that
still
shit.
not. You gotta
It's
wear
still
eyes.
not. I
All
mean,
right.
it's still fun as fuck.
for the second time in a row, I got to draw a blue face on an animal, and I'm really happy about doing it. A local governor in Poland says a cow that escaped while being taken into a slaughterhouse is still avoiding capture, even though the order to kill has been canceled. The red limousine.
Yeah, because the cow knows that.
Right.
The cow knows. Oh, no, you're
Yeah.
good now, bro. You're good.
He's free. Why wouldn't he show back up? It's
Right.
just like the beginning of Braveheart. He thinks it's fine, but then he comes back and they're all waiting for him.
Right.
And what does he do? He fucking murders them all and goes on a fucking revolutionary cow freedom rampage all across England.
Yeah, can I just say what we're all thinking? That cow has huge balls. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Huge.
I did not even see
The
that.
balls
That's
are just
fucking insane.
ginormo. It's like, we might get banned again. We
It's
might
a-
get banned.
yeah.
again.
Right? We might get reported.
I don't think so.
Oh,
It's
shit.
just a picture of livestock. It should be fine.
Dude, last time it was a fucking statue of a penis.
Right.
Like-
I know, but that's human anatomy.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess.
I mean,
Well, I have similar looking, not that big. It's not that- those hang a bit lower if you catch my drift.
Wednesday, the red limousine beef cow that fled last month has gained celebrity status as it defends its life and freedom, roaming the lake-filled region near Nassau, the southwest of the country. Governor Czeslaw Bilobran says that Wednesday the cow is cunning and clever and uses difficult terrain to trick the search group, swimming from island to island. When caught, the animal will be put into a local animal reserve. The Bilobran told the Associated Press, "It's so brave and strong-headed that we decided to keep it."
That's awesome.
Yeah. So anyway, there's a cow
So we
that
can
has
trick
earned
it
its
into the goddamn
freedom.
slaughterhouse.
Right, exactly. So here's a story that I almost just fucking quit getting ready for stories today. I was so pissed.
Fuck.
All right. Students in Louisiana thought this math symbol looked like a gun.
God damn.
Police responded to the incident.
Shut the fuck up. There's no way.
I verified all of this. I did a bunch of verification on it.
Wait.
I
The
don't
They
think
called
this is
the
fake.
police because they saw this
Right.
saying it's a gun on a piece of paper, maybe a chalkboard. Like, what the
Yeah.
fuck did they see it on?
a discussion among students at Oberlin High School in Oberlin, LA. That's Louisiana, right?
Yeah.
In Oberlin, Louisiana, about a mathematical symbol led to a police investigation and a search of one of the students' homes.
Jesus.
On the afternoon
Son
of
of
February 20th,
bitch.
detectives investigated a report of a terroristic threat at the school, where they learned that a student had been completing a math problem that required drawing the square root sign. Students in the group began commenting that the symbol, which represents the number when multiplied by itself equals another number, looks like a gun. After several students made comments along those lines, another student said something that the sheriff's office could have sounded like a threat out of context. But I mean, so they all started talking about this being a gun, and then some kid got riled up and took it just a tiny bit too far. He didn't say anything that was actually a threat, but taking completely out of context when not talking about the square root could have been a threat. But they led to him having his home searched, where they found no guns or any evidence that he had access to guns. Authorities also wrote that there was no evidence that the student had any intent to commit harm. The student used extremely poor judgment in making the comment, but in light of the actual circumstances, there was clearly no evidence to support any sort of charges.
Got it.
Right.
Okay. Well, that makes a little bit more sense, right? Because they thought it was code.
Something like that, right?
That's still just frustrating.
Right.
Dude. So there's another story kind of related. 12-year-old YouTuber got swatted like yesterday.
Yeah.
Somebody swatted a 12-year-old kid.
Jesus Christ, really?
Right. He got a shout out from a
called the cops.
Right.
Yeah.
There was a really big YouTuber who shouted out this 12-year-old, right? Because he liked what the 12-year-old was doing. And they took him from 400 subs to 87,000. And as he hit about the 87,000 mark, police broke down his door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because somebody swatted him saying that a mother and son were going to hang themselves.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. It's like, yes, some piece of shit out there. Yeah, the kid's fine. He said he's gonna keep going. Like he's
Fuck, he's got 80,000 fucking viewers.
Yeah, right. What the fuck? But it's like he said like he was on camera like when it happened, like you would have said, and he's like weeping, like he thinks he's gonna get shot because the kid, he was a kid of color.
Yeah.
And he's thinking he's gonna die because some piece of shit out there doesn't enjoy the fact that he got selected instead of probably their shitty YouTube channel. Like, fuck, dude, that's insane. And then this
luckily they know how to fucking trace that shit, so that guy's fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the Miami area, since the terrible incident that occurred last week, the school threats have jumped from 1 a week to as many as 50 a day. The reported threats, right?
Yeah.
So I'm assuming 95% of them don't mean anything, and the other 5% are just an angry person, right?
Yeah.
So, because I mean, that's a lot of threats to be reported.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's unfortunate too, because like and not even just because of this last incident, like. I don't know. There needs to be some other way. I hate giving extra power to authority. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I feel like the cops need to be able to make moves on social media and shit like that way faster.
Right. Even if it's just a good faith check, right? Like, I mean, even if you just stopped by and said, "Hey, how's everything going, man?" That might deter somebody from saying they're on to me, right?
Yeah. And this last guy, right? Like they talked to him. Like his mother had him talk to the cops on 12 separate occasions, right?
Right.
And like he was kicked out of school, and like he was making these social media posts about shooting up the school. It's like, fuck, dude. There's so much evidence against this guy. I don't understand like why they couldn't do anything, but at the same time I'm like, I don't know what would they do, what should they do,
right? Well, part of the deal,
they can't arrest him, is
a boy who cried wolf type situation, right? So the fact that the FBI gets inundated, right, by calls about this type of stuff all the time, being that it trolls, right?
Yeah, of course.
Just somebody sitting behind like a keyboard somewhere, pretending to be someone from some other like school or something, and making calls. And then how many of those are fake, and do they have the resources to check them all out? And it, stuff like that ends up there.
Yeah.
Chad
That
TV
makes
says
sense.
it's about the Fourth Amendment with this stuff for him. Right.
Yeah, and I agree with you. It's like everybody should have the right to say whatever they want, and unless they do anything really incriminating, they shouldn't have to deal with anything. Everybody should be able to get mad, right?
Right. Chad, the answer to that, I'm not saying this is justification, but the answer is 9/11. That is when it became okay. Right?
Yeah,
That's when they got that going on. So I'm not saying that that's a justification. That is a causation. Right?
And maybe they don't need to actually even show up. Just give them a call.
Search and seizure. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Unreasonable search and seizure. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So we're gonna move on past that.
Yeah,
because we can stay there for a long time.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and let's have fun. I don't want to be serious.
Exactly. So,
all day.
A Pennsylvania-based offshoot of the Unification Church is encouraging couples to bring their AR-15 rifles with them to a commitment ceremony in the Ponsoco Mountains, a half-mile from an elementary school. So, the reason we're covering this is the reason that they are doing this, not the fact that they are doing it. I don't give a shit what these guys want to do, right? But the reason they want to do it seems pretty Waco, Texas-y.
Okay. Explain the situation.
The World Peace and Unification Sanctuary in Newfoundland said that it planned this months ago, well before the incidences recently, and authorities say that no, we'll just move past any more of that. The Unification Sanctuary director of World Missions says Tuesday that his church believes the AR-15 symbolizes the rod of iron mentioned in the Bible's apocalyptic book of Revelation. The church website directs couples to show up with the ceremony with an AR-15 or equivalents such as an AK semi-automatic rifle, representing both the intent and ability to defend one's family and community.
Wow. And only literally none of them actually have an AR.
This is not
this the actual photo?
No. This is a this is this is a I think this photo was originally titled Shotgun Wedding, which I thought was pretty funny.
Okay.
Right? That's fun, right? But no, this is they're going to a ceremony to go confirm that they're rods of iron from the apocalyptic part of the Bible. And that they have,
it's clever,
intent and ability to do so.
Yeah. I think that's really clever. And like, I don't necessarily agree with this or like it, but I will say, like, I can't love it when atheists do this kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
And they're like, well, part of it, part of like the Church of Satanism, you know what I mean? And so when it goes the other way, I can't really be mad. It's clever. It's kind of funny. I hope it doesn't lead to bad shit, but I'm sure it will. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you guys understand what I'm talking about, right?
No. Well, I mean, like, I didn't.
AR-15's becoming a religious symbol.
Right. Oh, I see. I see. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. Yeah.
Yeah, in case there is a ban or something, it'd be like, well, I can have this because of my religion.
Right.
Right.
That's actually it makes this far more clever than dumb. I originally thought this was pretty dumb and weird and Waco, Texas-y. But now I'm starting to think, shit, this might just be a whole bunch of trolls trying to troll their way out of an AR ban.
Yeah, plus they're starting before it happens so that it has documentation before that ever takes place. Right?
Yep. Yeah. Yep. They also operate a second group called the Rod of Iron Ministries, which is hosting a President Trump thank you dinner on Saturday, a fundraiser for gun owners of America.
He hasn't done anything for the gun. I don't understand that.
Right. One other piece of information that I kind of glossed over. I haven't covered it yet because it's the last line. But when I read this through the first time, I kind of glossed over it. It actually reaffirms a little bit more of what you were talking about. The Reverend Sean Moon's brother founded Car Arms, a gun manufacturer. So it's very possible that
more fucking sense.
Yeah, that there's this is a bunch of smarter people and not weirder people. Chad says this reeks of 4chan and Kekistan.
It does.
So yeah. Here's another one. It's like we're the same person. Can you tell out of these two which one is the word Mohammed?
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I took Arabic for a year.
Yeah.
We didn't even learn how to spell Muhammad. I have no idea.
Right.
I'm going with the cat face.
Right, exactly.
Right,
maybe the fox. Maybe it's a fox.
Protesters in India are calling for a boycott of Pampers diapers.
Boycott it.
Right. They're calling for a boycott of Pampers diapers. Because they've taken offense to a cartoon cat appearing on the product. The lines of its face apparently resemble the word Prophet Muhammad in Arabic. Groups have staged Pampers burnings, setting fires to diapers in the streets. Owner Procter & Gamble said the intent was an innocent animated cat and not the Prophet Muhammad.
Well, this is India we're talking about, right? So those diapers all have shit in them, and they're being tossed into the street and lit on fire.
Right.
That's what's happening. This is just a way to cover diaper burnings by fucking trying to say it has to do with
Grizzly, my YouTube search history put me on lists far longer ago. Like a lot longer ago than this. This is just another list for me to be on. I have an entire other YouTube profile that I use to do searches for this show. It's impossible to use as a normal person. Like if you let it skip to the next video, you're gonna be all like, "Fuck, I wouldn't want to be mad today," or "Shit, now I'm scared," right? Type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Resin, that's exactly what I was just talking about. Like last week, we talked about how they're just shitting in the streets, literally shitting in the streets. So, yeah, burning non-used diapers. I don't think that's what's happening there.
I'm a very outspoken anti-India person. Not like I hate the people or the culture or anything, but like just their shit problem. So I'm really happy that you guys are all starting to share this with me. I just want to say.
Data says, I'm afraid to see that YouTube feed, yet curious as fuck. Yeah. All right.
Dude, people that believe in a religion this hardcore are fucking scary as shit to me.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane.
The protesters have been burning the diapers in the street of India to protest the illustration. Part of the face of the cat on the diaper allegedly resembles the prophet's name when written in Arabic, and protesters are calling for a boycott. This is translated, so it repeats a lot of itself. But the video footage, viewed more than 175,000 times online, shows outraged parents making pyres out of Pampers baby dry pants in the streets of India and torching whole packets in protest. Let's see. Activists from the Islamic group.
I have a 9-month-old. Like, I know how much diapers are. Those people are wasting so much money.
Right.
That's funny.
Fucking idiots.
They've sent letters to police agencies saying that the product owned by multinational Procter & Gamble had hurt the feelings of Muslim communities and called for the products to be taken off shelves.
That's
crazy.
D Kido, welcome to the stream.
It's not like they're using it in any way.
Right. But I don't think the cat's face looks like what they say it looks like. I think it looks like a cat's face.
No.
Yeah.
It literally looks like a cat's face that you see on a cartoon, like all the time.
I wasn't able to find any cool news today, so we're just gonna move on to Florida Man.
Okay. All right.
if you had to guess, what alias 37-year-old Largo man gave police early Sunday morning when they responded to a domestic disturbance call, odds are Pauly Shore, Dave Matthews, or Mike Roch would be on near the top of your list.
No, Logan.
Yeah, the king.
But what was the name that this man actually gave the police? Was it Sexy Butt McGee? Was it Tater Tot Thompson? Was it Donald Trump? Was it Mario, Laser Hands Larry, or Dickface Johnson? Cadito, just to mention what we were talking about, there was in India, there is currently a boycott on Pampers diapers because they said that cat face that I was just showing was the symbol of the Prophet Muhammad, and we think that may be going a little bit too far. It's just a cat face, right? I don't think that that's the deal.
Maybe a fox.
Maybe a fox face, right?
Right.
But we've got 1 for 5, 1 for 6, 1 for 5, 1 for 3. So 1, 2, 3 5s, 2 6s, 1 3. We've got a 2.
I want it to be Dickface Johnson.
It's definitely Mario. That's my.
All right, we got 1 for Mario. That's 2 for Mario. Yeah, there you are. You're in the chat. All right. So what did you say, Wes?
Dickface Johnson.
Ding, ding, ding. So here's
shit, that's amazing. You and Twisty win the prize.
Right.
Wow.
So I wonder if you guys can see my shirt. So I'm wearing a custom-made shirt today. It's a Prestige Worldwide.
Yeah.
Right.
Nice.
And then
that's
on the back it says Vice President of Johnson's.
Excellent.
So I was hoping it was a fellow Johnson, so I could VP the shit out of him.
So,
that's awesome.
Seriously, that's the name that Jeffrey Forrest Poole gave officers after saying that he was going to beat every cop's ass when they showed up at his doorstep. Police said that he took one swing at them, even though he missed. He was still booked on charges of assault on a law enforcement officer and resisting an officer with violence. While this seems to happen on a regular basis in Florida, on its own, it wouldn't have made the incident noteworthy, except for the fact that he gave them the name Dickface Johnson when they made the arrest. Dickface Johnson.
What's your name? Jeffrey Forrest Poole. Do you have any aliases? Dickface Johnson.
No, they arrested him and they're like, "What's your name?" He's all Dickface Johnson, and then eventually they got it out of there, right?
Yeah. It's like Guardians of the Galaxy 2 when that guy's got that shitty fucking name and they all laugh at him. That's this guy.
Yeah.
You're like, we don't remember, but we'll carry it.
Something face.
Dickface Johnson is currently still behind bars in lieu of a $5,150 bond, so who knows? Maybe that alias will wind up being fairly accurate after a few days in the clink.
Nice.
Razor face.
Right, exactly. All right.
Taser face. That's it.
Oh, that's what it was.
Taser face, right?
Yeah,
Thank you,
Curry. A Florida man declares pornography a public health risk, and state legislators agree.
The fuck?
Is this another Busey?
The Florida legislature is declaring pornography a health risk. The state House representatives approved the resolution by a voice vote on Tuesday. The resolution states that the need for education, research, and policy changes to protect Floridians, especially teenagers, from pornography. Republican Representative Ross Spano says that's this guy, says there's research that finds a connection between pornography and mental and physical illness, forming and maintaining intimate relationships, and deviant sexual behavior. Spano is also a candidate for Attorney General.
So does that mean Ted Cruz can never go to Florida again?
Right.
After his Twitter accident?
This was kind of the joke here is that this is not your normal Florida man. This guy is, in the news right now for they just decided to make porn a public health risk. But
he's the other kind of Florida crazy.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But so this joke is all over the internet right now, which is just saying, all of the Florida Man subreddits and stuff. They've just got pictures of this guy saying Florida Man determines that porn is a risk. But
hasn't he heard about the internet is for porn?
Exactly. I mean, that's what it's about.
That's what it's about.
Why it was developed.
All right, my favorite new segment. I fucking love this segment, by the way, and I'm going to keep it around. I don't think anybody hates it.
That's great.
Our first product for you to take a look at here is nose-shaped shower body wash soap shampoo dispenser.
What the fuck, dude?
You put it on your wall, and it's...
yeah, you hit...
You punch it?
You can squeeze it. You can. Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
But it's currently unavailable. They don't have any more of them right now. Links to all these objects that we're going to be showing off today will be in the description of this video, both on YouTube and on Twitch. Which
is great because it only has a 3-star rating. And
right.
They're sold out.
People who buy that aren't the kind to come back and give reviews, right?
Yeah, what's actually sad is that it's actually not one of Amazon's most popular nose shower.
Is it not?
It's not. I would think it would be.
Right. So our next object here you can buy is an inflatable rubber chicken, but it's an emergency inflatable rubber chicken.
Right? Fuck. That's useful.
The description is emergency inflatable rubber chicken. And it barely gives any information other than the fact that it is for emergencies.
I can think of like 10 ways to use that outside of sex. That's pretty good.
Outside of sex. I'm actually gonna put
me beat on 2.
Right. Here's the links to all of the objects we're going to be covering here in a minute. Gamer News Party says, "Shit, I need that in my bug out bag." Yeah.
You're right, dude.
It's probably one of the ones that goes like, and it's gonna give away your position while you're fucking hiding.
I've seen so many hilarious things with those chickens, dude. Like dudes playing like legit music with those chickens.
Yeah, I saw someone turn a whole car wheel into one. Like just like take a like the actual tire, all the rubber off, and replace it with those rubber chickens and drive on
it. That's too good.
Pretty good.
You need to make a vehicle that has 4 tires like that, and then you put the Furby fucking harpsichord on the back, and you become a true nightmare.
Jeez,
this thing is awesome.
This guy is nightmare fuel.
So the next item is the Barbuzzo beer tracker. The built-in mini computer and digital display help you need to keep track of how many bottles you've opened long after you're unable to.
But see, then that requires that you're drinking only bottled beer. It's like, where's my can opening tab?
You need a the one to count the tabs.
Yeah, that makes way more sense.
I gotta say, I haven't drank a beer out of a can in years. I think maybe I have.
Yeah, because you've grown up. But I bet you remember how many beers you have in a night. The last time I lost track of how many beers I had was either out of red Solo cups from a keg, or drinking way too much like PBR or like Bush Light. So
I pretty much just drink whiskey these days. Yeah,
Chad says you're a snob.
No, I'm not a snob. I'm just an adult with taste. And I don't sacrifice.
I enjoy good beer too. I don't get hammered off them to where I can't remember.
Right, that's what you use shitty beer for.
Yeah, that's what whiskey's for.
Or
All right.
like, drink 3 growlers of 12% beer.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever.
Actually, exactly. That is way more my style right there.
Have you ever experienced the uncomfortableness
I
of
am
attempting to
stuck.
put your cat in a shower?
Yeah, dude, it's the worst.
Well,
It's way easier to drown him in a toilet.
have we got a product for you? The fucking cat shower cage.
That is fucked up, dude.
That has 2 stars. That has to be like,
Dude, and it doesn't even stop it from clawing you.
yeah. Well, yeah, it does, because you just put the goddamn.
You just put it
Just
down
put
and
the
then
cage
turn the
in there.
shower on,
No.
and then
And
spray it.
people aren't using that in the shower, bro. They're taking their cat outside, just hosing them off. leave them outside to dry. Like, hook them up on the fence. Like, good luck, thanks, kitty. Fuck, dude, that's so
Questions
messed up.
to
I
this
love it.
to this object are pretty good. Does this come with a barbecue grill rotating accessory?
That does look like a trap, dude.
Right.
That's amazing.
There's a third question. Will children fit in this? This will depend on the fatness of the child.
Fuck.
I keep
That's
getting
cool.
odd glances at the airport. Is there a case cover? The answer that was provided is garbage bags work and are cheap.
That's super. That's so fucked up.
There's
At least they're as fucked up as I am.
72% of them are 1-star
Tried using
answers.
it twice. Somebody didn't just give it one shot. They gave
Wow.
it a second one.
It won't go in the second time
Yeah.
without blood anyway. Dude, that is like you're gonna
Oh,
bleed no matter
man.
what if you're washing a cat.
Working fine till he smashed holes in the bottoms for his leg. Now he's pissed and
Dude.
armored.
Read the one above. No. Read the one above Cyborg Kitty.
Okay.
It's amazing.
Was working fine. Oh, the one above it. I just got my
Yeah,
pet
above.
rock in the box pet rock with walking leash last week, and it's very hard to get him into the shower because he kept fighting me. My pet rock is scared of water, and I hoped this cage would solve my problem with the stinky rock. Turns out this cage is too large, and my pet rock got out through the gap between the wires while showering and ran away. If anyone sees a dark gray lock lying around in a field or on a highway, please contact me. He responds to the name Stinky. Poor Stinky.
Pretty good.
X-Flight said he saw a cat drowned. They're not very possible. 1 star because it's actually an idea someone would try. But half of these reviews and what I'm guessing is supposed to be a troll product had me laughing. Needless to say, I won't be buying this, but I did have a good laugh. That guy's not fun. Why do you even post? Go away.
All
Why
right.
give it a 1 star if it made you laugh? That's
Right.
at least a 3 star for ambiance.
Right. All right. We're going to be the change, guys. We're going to use
We are the
change.
change.
Yep, we're going to use change.org to find some of the most underappreciated petitions
Good
out
one.
there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Couldn't remember what the hell.
Nailed it.
Right.
dug in.
So, the first one we've got is our petition. We're still trying to get to 100. One day we will. We haven't yet. 43 have signed. No one's signed this in months, but it's still active.
It's in months.
And we still talk about it, and we're going to talk about it until we get to 100. And then when we get to 100, we're going to talk about what happens when it gets to 100. So
Goddamn.
that's
right.
how it works. And then here is our petition to keep us from getting to 100. So that because the Illuminati doesn't want them to get us to get to 100.
Only
Wink.
6?
Yeah.
Did we lose signatures?
I think-
No.
Okay.
I've only had 6 on that since it aired. So don't worry.
Okay.
I need to start. I forgot. I need to find like the link to that. I'm glad you have.
Yeah, I'll send the link out here later. But here is a petition to replace the word phone with the word yerp because we can.
Yerp.
Hey, can
Yeah.
you hand me my yerp?
Yeah, exactly. For everyone that's not aware, the yerp movement is a movement based off of the book Frindle by Andrew Clements, which was a very popular read in many elementary school years. And it was crap. It moved. There we go. And it was about a boy, Nick, who created the word frindle in his 5th grade class to describe a common pen. Eventually, everyone in the class began using the word frindle, spreading to the entire school, inevitably going viral, and, spoiler alert, ends up being published in a dictionary. So, in an attempt to bring this story to life, the people in support of this petition move that we use the word yerp should be dedicated to replacing the word phone, as it is commonly used, a commonly used noun, and yerp has been deemed an entertaining word to use according to a general consensus. Hashtag yes to yerp, hashtag yerp movement, hashtag I love my yerp. So I've provided that in the chat in case anybody wants to join the 36 people that are attempting to change the world and replace the word phone with yerp.
They have a strong argument.
Yeah. All right, our next petition.
Victory.
Whoa. This was not finished last time. This happened during the time. They did it. Never mind. All right, so I thought this was going to be funny because this lady was trying to use change.org to get her boyfriend to take her back.
And she won.
Apparently she won. She marked it as victorious. Wow. Victory, I guess. God damn it.
That's amazing. This is an even better story.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
That was what happened.
So it was written here, I was dumped by the love of my life. He's having trouble accepting my past, and he does not realize everyone has a past, even him. If you love someone, it should be unconditional. She had 200 and something signatures when I started, and I signed it, and I said I was going to cover it on today's podcast. But just since then, it has been marked as a victory, and apparently, 29 minutes ago, she wrote, I guess.
Wow.
She does not seem too enthused.
Right?
They're just friends with benefits now. Like, what does that mean? Like, I would like some clarification on this.
Yeah. Holy crap. That's ridiculous. I love it. All right. Well, I guess we don't need to work on this one anymore. We did it, everybody.
Way to go, bitch.
So this is a petition to get Doyle to stop buying dad clothes so that he'll have money to go out. So Brian Discroll says Doyle purchases way too much dad clothes, then complains that he needs a weekend off. Like, who does that? It's called priorities. It's time for a change. You don't need that 7th pair of New Balance / Reebok shoes.
Nice.
They don't say, dress for the job you have, dress for the job you want. He is starting to look like the job he wants is delivering pizzas after his second marriage went sour and his 3 kids don't even want to come see him on visitation weekend.
Fucking Doyle.
God damn it, Doyle. So I figure if a bunch of random people on the internet go and sign this with the 20 people that have already doing it, some guy is going to be able to take this petition to Doyle, and Doyle will go, shit, a whole bunch of people who I don't even know think that I should fucking do this.
And they know my name.
Right. Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, fucking Brian. Real asshole.
Right. All right. Let's move on to tonight's main attraction. Cartoon Conspiracies. Exactly. I totally should have a soundboard for that, and it should be like one of the buttons, right? You know. Anyway,
Yeah, right.
So to give you guys a little bit of a primer, children's cartoons are supposed to be something. Oh shit. Staring at the wall. Gnarls, thank you very much for those biddies.
Uh-oh.
But okay, so cartoons are, you know, supposed to be for children or possibly adults, but you're supposed to be able to tell which ones are for adults, right? Though here are some theories about certain cartoons that would, and I tried to get everything that I think that our age demographic would understand, people who are watching our show. So there's no brand new cartoons in here. These are all a little bit older.
Awesome.
So first off, SpongeBob, right?
Yeah.
So there are
Is
there are 3 different conspiracies. What do you think, Wes?
okay? That they're the mutated beings from off of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, from getting the nuclear bombs dropped.
Well, okay, we'll pop to that one first.
Oh shit.
This is the nuclear testing theory of SpongeBob SquarePants. Nice. SpongeBob SquarePants takes place in Bikini Bottom, a fictional undersea community located underneath a real-life isle called the Bikini Atoll. Back in 1946, Bikini Atoll was used by the United States as a site for nuclear testing. Numerous bombs were set off there over the years, and a particularly notable one called Baker was detonated 27 meters underwater. You can see Wikipedia's article for more information. This theory states that SpongeBob and his friends are all so bizarre because they are results of the nuclear testing. So this is SpongeBob is mutants, right?
Yeah,
I think I've actually heard that one before.
Yeah, it's a pretty
Which is
prevalent
weird
one.
to say. Yeah, I just didn't think I knew any cartoon conspiracies. Now I think I do.
yeah.
Other than
offhand,
Sesame
I can
Street.
see,
Right.
you.
So here's one that SpongeBob is actually a show that is a representation of the seven deadly sins.
Wow.
I mean, you should just do. I mean, God damn it! I can
That's
see
crazy.
just having Gary as gluttony. I guess Patrick should also be gluttony and sloth.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I've got descriptions for each of them, right? So Sandy is pride. Pride is a deep satisfaction derived from one's own achievements. Sandy is deeply proud of her home country and her athletic abilities and her career as a scientist. Greed is Mr. Krabs. Greed is selfish desire for something, especially wealth or power. Krabs fits the sin perfectly because he's obsessed with collecting money, just so he can have riches for himself.
Money.
Right. Lust is SpongeBob. SpongeBob fits lust because he is so loving and will do anything to be your friend. Plankton. Envy is an insatiable desire. Plankton is deeply envious of the success that his rival Mr. Krabs has achieved. Gluttony. Gary's food bowl can be seen always needing to be filled, and in the episode, Have You Seen This Snail? It features him running away after not being fed. So he even acts up when he doesn't get to be a gluttonous, right?
To be fair, in that episode, he hadn't been fed in like a week. Just for context.
I'm surprised. I'm happy that you know.
Fucking owner of like fucking this man.
Yeah, I don't know any of this shit.
I'm super happy that you know more about that episode.
Yeah. SpongeBob is like before or after my time, so I don't really know it.
So Squidward, wrath is uncontrolled feeling of anger and hatred. Squidward hates his life, his job, his neighbors, and practically everything else about Bikini Bottom. Sloth is excessive laziness, and Patrick is ridiculously lazy. He's unemployed, lives under a rock, and sleeps a lot. So it all fits.
I mean, you could easily just do like switch gluttony and sloth and just be, he's a fucking snail.
Right.
He's slothful, and Patrick Star eats everything. So, it could easily fix that, but no, they're gonna be dicks. Whatever.
All right. How about the drug theory? That each of the characters are actually a personified, personified version of drugs.
Whoa.
The SpongeBob is shrooms. He has a wild imagination, similar to the mindset of someone tripping on shrooms. He can go from extreme happiness, a good trip, to complete despair and fear, a bad trip. He's also very happy, very happy as shrooms create euphoria. Mr. Krabs and Mrs. Puff is medical cocaine. According to this site, the cocaine users can be irritable and paranoid. And I have a link to the site, but I'm not going to link it. I don't care enough. Mr. Krabs is irritable when it comes to his riches and also paranoid about his formula being stolen. Miss Puff is irritable when she has to deal with SpongeBob and is almost PTSD-like bursts of paranoia about crashing a boat.
Is it paranoid when Plankton's constantly trying to steal the formula? That's just being prepared.
So Squidward is medical heroin, according to the same site. The rest of this is all about heroin abusers have many behavioral tendencies matching Squidward's traits. These include lying and other deceptive behaviors, bad performance in jobs, and avoiding eye contact. Also, he's constantly moody and upset. And finally, Patrick is medical marijuana. Patrick is usually laid back, relaxed, and has a positive outlook on life. He also eats a lot, as medical marijuana users experience a phenomenon known as the munchies after smoking it. This theory
I love how
Go ahead.
The theory is always medical based. Medical cocaine, medical heroin,
Medical
medical mushrooms. Like, no, these people are using cocaine medically.
It's just pot. It's just fucking marijuana, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's an interesting theory. I haven't seen a whole lot of SpongeBob, but that one doesn't really stick with me very much. It doesn't resonate with what I've seen in that show. The writers were definitely high on shit.
Right.
That's fucking clear. Yeah. But like, I don't think they meet
those. Not like the
right.
Like harder shit. You know what I mean?
Smoking angel dust to get these cartoons cranked out.
They essentially were like,
I know
they were watching Ren and Stimpy and were like, we can make a Ren and Stimpy. And they did it.
Yep. So this
high.
next one, every time I've known about this one for a long time. I've seen this theory for a long time. But everyone I've shown this to goes, holy shit, when I show them it.
It's super sad. That's
right,
why.
Right. Jason, did you ever watch the Rugrats while growing up?
Fuck yeah, I did.
All right. So what if I were to tell you that the Rugrats babies were really a figment of Angelica's imagination?
I would say I don't remember the show enough for that to like resonate with me.
Angelica's the older one of they're all the babies are around the same age.
One?
Yes. Right?
Right.
The show is actually all just her imagination, right? So,
oh shit.
The story goes that Chucky died a long time ago with his mother. That's why the Chucky's father is always so nervous wreck all the time. Tommy was a stillborn, and that's why Stu is constantly in the basement making toys for the son who never had a chance to live. The DeVilles had an abortion, and Angelica couldn't figure out whether or not it was going to be a boy or a girl, thus creating two twins of opposite gender. And so the babies themselves, right? Oh, apparently Wes died. He said he's not sure what happened. He's trying to come back. But anyway, so all of the babies are dead. And the show is Angelica using them as imaginary friends to try to cope with the fact that all of the children that would have been around her are dead.
Whoa.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's very possible that, lots of different characters that existed, and that's a reason why you never see any certain people's mothers. That's a reason why you don't see why the family life is so kind of screwy amongst like the Pickles family and that type of stuff. And it's because all these children have died. And they're all hanging out together because the parents are in a support group together.
Gotcha. That's crazy.
Right.
That makes me want to watch the show again so I can like understand.
Yeah, go take a look.
So I can see how crazy this chick is.
Let me see if I can get Gnarls here real quick. I'm gonna end the call. I'll be right back.
We're live. Oh shit, he's back.
Right, that's exactly.
So, nothing happened while you were gone. I didn't try to take over the show or anything.
You couldn't hear anything. I'm the one who controls the show.
Yeah, true.
All right, no Wes back
hear
yet.
it. Oh no.
Right, exactly, because I ended the call. Durr.
Yeah, I didn't think about that.
He's restarting his phone. Okay. So we'll hang out here for a second. All right. Let's we'll go take a look at what the next one is here, and Gnarls can. Oh. Let's we'll go take a look at what the next one is here. All right, I can hear Gnarls.
I'm getting feedback from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah.
There he is.
That feedback was hearing it from Gnarls, so it's all good.
Yeah, I put that together.
Yeah, sorry.
Nope, it's all good.
Yeah,
all right.
I don't know what the hell happened there. That was that was I didn't hear all of it because I was trying to figure it out. But
yeah.
That was where Angelica, all the kids are dead.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Tommy was stillborn. Chucky died with his mother. The other one was an abortion, so she had no idea whether it was male or female, so she created
boy, girl.
Yeah. Duplicates.
Wait, why? Are there reasons behind this?
Well,
like, is there stuff in the episodes that led this conspiracy to start?
Yes.
Or is it just like, okay, they're not just like, let's make up some fucking storylines for these kids.
Oh, cameras are all messed up. I got it. Do that button.
Yeah, Jason. So like Stu constantly going down and like always being down in his workshop and like never actually confronting the family like is a big thing for Tommy.
Oh shit! I remember this was like a Facebook post or something.
The children are always left alone, even though they're babies, right?
Yeah.
They're like getting out for hours on end, and it's like
it's just the 4 or 5 year old running around, and no one cares what a 4 or 5 year old does, right?
Yeah,
but everybody cares what an infant does, right?
Yeah, they're fine.
Right. Okay, the next one. The image says it all here. The Magic School Bus and Captain Planet are a shared universe.
Okay, I've seen this and I love it.
We are Planeteers. You can be one too.
The theory posits that the kids from the Magic School Bus eventually grow up and become the eco-friendly Planeteers in Captain Planet. According to this theory, Gaia kidnapped an entire classroom of children and later taught them in the form of Miss Frizzle. She proceeded to brainwash them into becoming protectors of the Earth, and she later gave them their power rings when they reunited with each other years later. The children that resisted the brainwashing were driven insane by their memories and attempted conversion and devoted themselves to a life of crime. There's some supporting information.
That's pretty fucking heavy.
Right.
What have we done?
What this theory has going for it is that each child in the Magic School Bus does somewhat resemble one of the protagonists from Captain Planet. However, the theory also stated that one character disappears under mysterious circumstances. That is one of the other children from the school bus, right? Disappears. So, yeah, under mysterious circumstances. The only argument that people have with this one is that Captain Planet came first and that the Magic School Bus series came afterward. Because of the fact there's no way the continuity for this show is the same one as the Magic School Bus. But that's if you can't do mental gymnastics, which makes you lazy.
Well, I mean, think about it. Yeah, Captain Planet came first because Magic School Bus has magic, bro, and time travel magic. Think about it. It works out perfectly fine. Stop looking into cartoons so hard, you dick. Just accept what this is.
Exactly. Trenchcozer, thank you very much for the join of the stream. Yeah, the Rugrats theory is definitely one that I had seen before, and I was always like, shit, man, that's deep. All right. So we all love to watch Tigger bounce around and have Winnie the Pooh find his honey, but there may be more to this children's story than meets the eye. This theory suggests that each character in Winnie the Pooh represents a different mental disorder.
Oh yeah, I've heard of this, like clinical depression, like
right. Winnie the Pooh represents an eating disorder, always stress eating honey. Piglet is an anxiety disorder, super nervous all the time. Tigger is ADHD because he can't hold still. Kanga is a social anxiety disorder when she can't protect her son. Rue is autism spectrum disorder because Rue lacks awareness. Owl is short-term memory loss and seems to forget what he's saying often. Rabbit is OCD, obsessed with order, etc. Eeyore is, of course, depression, a sad outlook on life. That's a really boiling down, really boiling down depression. But
yeah.
It's not just a sad outlook on life, but that is what this article is saying. Christopher Robin is schizophrenia because he sees a bunch of animals running around talking to him.
Christopher Robin and fucking Calvin from Calvin and Hobbes are like best friends.
Kijui 789, welcome to the stream. When you ask, do we know Korea? Are you asking if we know Korean? Because I don't. I'm just standard American humble bearded fat guy who is not fluent in the ways of speaking any other foreign language.
Gamer News, my guess is the one that allows internet access.
Right.
Yeah, probably the South.
Makes sense, right?
Oh, cool, man. Come on in. Learn about crazy Americans.
Yep. And crazy theories that we take cartoons and we apply incredibly crazy theories to them in order to have a laugh or really get paranoid about cartoons. Here's a couple of...
yes.
Go ahead.
Scooby stoned.
There's some of it. That's one of the theories.
Yeah, Scooby and Shaggy are high as fuck constantly.
All right. Well,
actually, it's just Shaggy.
We'll skip to that one first.
Yeah. Shaggy's just really high. There's no talking dog.
Yeah, it's just a Great Dane.
And
right.
A regular ass dog.
Yeah, exactly.
So this theory is that this is
ones are just like God, fucking stoner.
Right.
Yeah.
This theory is that this show is a drug-induced reality where Shaggy is a drug addict. He's a lonely boy who would go to school and be bullied by Velma, Freddy, and Daphne, and picked on while they all called him Shaggy and saying that he smells funny and make fun of him every day. His family is quite rich and he's allowed to buy has lots of money, so he buys drugs to get him out of his everyday life. His drug reality, Shaggy believes his dog that recently passed away is alive and can still talk. He's still alive and can talk. He also imagines that the three people that bully him at school are his friends due to him being on drugs, and he always has the effect of being munchies, which is why he eats so much.
Have you seen that episode of Black Mirror? It's kind of.
I have not caught Black Mirror yet.
Oh man,
I've seen a lot. I remember that one.
Kijue789, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the Illuminati, taking over the world one follow at a time. This is also your friendly reminder that we are not a podcast run by the Illuminati in an attempt to keep the Illuminati secret by being an inept late night podcast.
Thank you, Dewey.
But
thanks
Jason
for joining the Illuminati.
Yep.
The knockoff of Star Trek.
I have not.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
The Infinity Game.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. That episode's fucking fantastic.
Oh yeah, that's pretty darn good.
That whole season's amazing. But yeah. Anyway, back to our show.
Sorry.
Right.
It's not good.
So anyway, he's imagining everything because he's super high. But here's two that you may not have guessed. The original Scooby-Doo series is set after a horrible economic depression. Everyone and everything is abandoned and falling apart. All of the villains are people who would normally be really respected. Professors, museum curators, celebrities, who've fallen on hard times just like everyone else. How many times have the gang helped someone's business not go out of business? Many times.
I think I've heard this one. Yeah, it's like the circus is gonna go under if we don't stop the two-headed ghoul.
Right,
Like,
exactly. But we better stop local congressman from being a two-headed ghoul, right?
yeah, right.
He's doing anything he can to shut the park down so the state can make a little bit more money, type of thing.
Yeah, so they'll have to sell the property to the local government to make a new fucking like prison or something. No, we have to keep this open.
Right. All right, so the gang is on the. I see you noticed the image macro.
That's super fucking good. I didn't notice that.
Goddamn Chineses. They're fucking strippers.
All right, so there's a very underrated theory
Bringing it back, dude.
saying that since the first Scooby-Doo cartoon started in the late 60s, it was set during the Vietnam War. And since the army was drafting teens at the time, the gang was forced to run away from home, yet to relocate to Canada to avoid being drafted and to go to war, which explains why they're always driving in their van with no clear destination.
Bunch of dirty draft dodgers.
Shaggy is your typical hippie with the case of the Munchies who is against war and decided to take his dog, Scooby, on a road trip to protest this inhuman war. Fred Jones is a military school dropout who was a draft number was up and he is AWOL. Daphne is obviously Fred's high school crush who can't bear the thought of Fred leaving and possibly getting killed in the war, so she joins the gang to be with Fred again. Velma is an anti-war activist, but decides to join the gang on a road trip when a protest in a college campus turned into a violent riot. So, this is a pretty specific fucking idea of what this show was actually about.
That's awesome.
And our second to last conspiracy is Garfield. So this one is a conspiracy because of one of the a series of comics that was produced by the actual Jim Davis, the cartoonist himself. In the fall of 1989, Jim Davis produced a series of Halloween-based comic strips about Garfield waking up in an abandoned house. When Garfield finally accepted that he was alone, he was suddenly brought back to his owner John's house. Naturally, the storyline had several readers questioning the meaning behind the series of these strips because the strips' surreality regarding the Halloween arc, it is commonly believed that Garfield had either died or that he's slowly starving to death and that the entire strip is his dying dream.
Wow.
Yeah, that everything, like Odie and John left. And he's been sitting in a house where he's not being fed anymore. And
that's fucked up.
Yeah, he's slowly starving to death and dreaming of his owner and his former companion.
Of lasagna,
right?
And stealing pizza, and jeez. Well, suck it, Garfield.
After these things aired, because of the common fear among several of his readers being that this was, real, the creator has come out to say that those strips are no longer canonical. So that he could cover up and not lose readership.
Yeah, of course.
And our final conspiracy of tonight, the tale of two Inspector Gadgets. So, in this theory, Inspector Gadget is a cyborg detective with seemingly endless supply of gadgets. Inspector Gadget hasn't always been a cyborg, and he had to be human at one point, right? wouldn't it be ridiculous if the guy who became a cyborg actually has the last name Gadget? If this person did have a name before becoming a cyborg, we likely don't know it, and likely it wasn't Gadget. Whoever he was a regular human who worked with the cops. This theory states that something happened to him, some terrible accident, some explosion or collapse that left him completely destroyed. Once the cops found this, the chief detective decided to do something never before attempted. He used the newest and most secret technology to recreate this man with superhuman powers. They programmed this robot version of the inspector to look and sound just like him, even think like him. He was programmed with the very best AI and all. He continued working for the company. He even watched over his niece and dog, just like the real human version did. The only problem with all of this is that he didn't die in the accident. No, the real human version survived, and only he was changed.
Scar. Or claw.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
The
claw,
accident deformed him, warped his brain, and made him see things differently. Once he discovered that they had replaced him with a robot doppelganger, he just swore to destroy it no matter what it took. They had taken his life away and replaced it with a robot, and that they now call Inspector Gadget. The human version decided to use everything he had and knew to fight against this robot version and do evil to the company that had ruined his life. He also changed his name, now known as Dr. Claw. You never see his face because it's the face of Inspector Gadget, only deformed from the accident.
I'll get you, Gadget.
Makes sense.
Dude, it wasn't
I
it
like
more
that one.
like
That one's tight.
I'll get you, Gadget?
Yeah,
Wasn't it like that? It's like
that's what it
real
was
fucking
right there,
angry,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's all fucking.
Yeah, you were thinking Shredder. Shredder was like,
Chad
You
says
don't know
you
me,
even had the
Chad.
wrong voice. Yeah.
Fuck you. I'm on the fucking camera, not you.
Don't worry, Chad. I got
I'll
your
do
back.
whatever voice I want. I'll start doing fucking Scooby-Doo's voice for fucking Claw. I don't care.
Roy'll get you, Ratchet.
Snarf. Yeah, snarf, snarf. I'm gonna get you, Gadget.
God damn it.
Fucking lying to him.
Anyway, it is 9:09. We're a couple minutes late on the show. I don't mind giving a little bit of extra content to the people watching because it's fun to do. But yeah.
There's a couple you missed out on that just that I've known offhand. Like one was like Ed, and Eddie.
Right.
I don't know if you.
I saw it, but I liked these ones better. I was basing it on how much time we were gonna have, right? So, yeah.
And save it. Don't tell me. I want to know.
We could do a
Well, I
Cartoon
wanna
Conspiracies
find out
2 later.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sure
we
there's
should.
plenty more.
Yeah.
I'm a lot more funny, and I can react more fucking stupidly as long as you give it to me fresh,
Right.
right?
Right.
If I have time to think about it, I'll be logical, and none of us want that.
No, not at all. That's not what this show's about.
Exactly.
Cyber News Party or Gamer News Party. I totally saw that one, and I think that one's a bit more than a conspiracy. I do believe that is seriously what the show authors are attempting to have. Curry Sauce X3, thank you very much. I shouted you out for your amazing title earlier today. So we will see you guys next Tuesday. And I think that throughout the next couple days, you'll probably be able to catch me and Jason on his channel playing some hilarious video games.
Yeah, we're going to try to play through the forest, right?
Yeah, dude. And of course, we're not going to take it seriously.
No, absolutely not. And our usual PUBG games without pants.
Right, exactly.
Journeyman Bader, that's the best name ever because he's not quite the master yet.
Have you not seen that yet?
You just never got that before. It's so good.
Thank you. That's just so good.
It's really good.
All right, guys. Well, let's end it here, and we'll do a raid. Yeah. Let's go take a look. I want someone that is fun.
Dude, do you guys know who Joe the Burly Gamer is?
No.
He's streaming right now. He's part of X3L, and he's fucking awesome.
All right, let's take a look.
playing pub, I think.
I enjoy his beard for sure.
Yeah, he's got a great beard. He's part of the beard group, like Red Beard and
Oh,
all
cool.
those guys.
Yeah, let's.
Unciv and shit.
What do you
yeah.
guys think? You do it?
Yeah, might as well.
All right.
He's there.
Get him to. Dude, I'm tired. I didn't say.
Yeah, they're nice and offensive like us.
All right, let's get this here.
To mine.
Oh, no,
Raid.
You're trying to come in here and steal my viewers?
Jesus Christ, yeah. Lay off the British accent, bro.
You're near.
All right, starting that raid up. Thank you everybody once again for joining us. It was an excellent time. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Tune in next Tuesday. Jason, Wes, thank you guys very much for joining us.
Hey, you're welcome. I had a great time. Thanks, everybody. I'll see you guys in the raid.